Okay, so if you haven't noticed, I have a chair. You're gonna need it. We will get there. You don't need it right away. So we're start warming up. I have a chair, I have dumbbells. Next week, we're start implementing the resistance loop. I had an email sent out to you guys. It looks like so. You can find them on Amazon. I know it's kind of hard to get to a store these days, but if you can go ahead and pick up a resistance loop, if you have already a loop at home, you could try tying it, that's fine. But we'll start that next week, incorporating a little bit more piece of equipment. But right now, let's go ahead and start warming up. You are on mute, so feel free to turn on some music so that you can enjoy this class a little bit more. Let's start up top. Right now, I have my shoulders. I'm gonna go big dramatic rolls, back and forth, loosening up around the neckline, loosening up my shoulders, correcting my posture, and good breathing. Excellent job. So I'm just starting to move out. Just bringing the blood flow to the body, working the breathing. Pushing my shoulders, nice dramatic, push them back and down. Make sure the neck stays long, we have good posture. And then from here, I'm gonna go ahead, long neck, shoulders down, big reach up with the arms. And when I get the arms up, my goal is to get the arms straight. I don't have like bent arms and then bring them back down. I wanna try and get them as straight up as possible before bringing them down, so I get the stretch through the back. Good, so we're warming up the arms. Getting the blood flowing through the shoulders, through the arms, stretching out the back. This is our warm up and stretch time. Good breathing. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to keep a wide step. I'm going over the body, not in front, but up and over the body. And that's going to get a nice stretch along the side. I feel it in my shoulder, rib cage, and hip. Good breathing. Excellent. Keep that going. Reaching up. And in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Core tight, pop the knee up. Good, so we're moving out the hip flexors. Starting to shake them out. What I'm gonna do here, it's either I can hug it in or I can just pull it in tight to the body. It's kind of up to you, okay? Again, we have the core tight because there's inadvertently a little bit of a lean back on this one most of the time. So we want to protect that back. We tighten up here, it's going to automatically tighten back there, protecting the back. Keep the chest up, feet about hip width apart, a little wider is okay. And I'm going to start doing a squat. These are very mellow squats. I'm not getting down super low with my squat. I'm just coming down to kind of start to loosen up that low back, loosen up the glutes, warming up the legs, taking it nice and slow. But we can talk about a squat while we're here. We got a lot of squats today in our future. When I do a squat, my chest stays up. I don't drop it down. I am having my feet flat, but I am pushing more through the heel to get up. And I don't want to rock my weight to the outside or instep. I want to keep that even. Good, one more. And then you can move to a modified or regular jumping jack. And breathe, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I keep a wide step, I kick it back. When I do my kick back, I'm gonna go ahead and keep a long neck and do a row motion with my arms. On that row motion on the back, I'm getting the stretch of the chest. I'm getting that warm up in that upper back. I'm stretching out my quads. I'm warming up my hamstring. And I breathe. Good job. Keep that going. And in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Core tight. If you get dizzy, just look forward. Move the arms. If you can, get a twist. I want you to really wring that midsection out. So we're starting to stretch and wake up the core. Good breathing. Excellent job. And I see more of you guys popping into the class. join the warm up, and then we'll start collecting equipment. We are using a chair and dumbbells today. And we will also use a mat. And good. Abs tight, kick out. So with this kick out, it's not super aggressive cardio kickboxing kick out. It is just a stretch out. I tighten up in the core so that there's a little lean back. My back is safe. I extend out the legs. If you have low back problems, you always want to keep your kicks lower than your hip. But because this isn't a very aggressive kick, my kicks are pretty low. I'm just kind of getting stretch out. Moving out the hip flexor, stretching out the hamstring. Hands wherever you need them for balance. And in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. From here, my feet are about hip width apart. I'm going back to a squat, and I'm going to start popping up on my toe. You can try it. If you're comfortable with it, stay with it. Good. And again, now I'm starting to work out more kinks, warming up my body, getting a little lower in my squat this round. If you can, do it as well. And then I push up through the toe, getting that stretch and strengthen of the ankle. And modified or regular jumping jacks. Here's your modified. Here's your regular, up to you. And in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I have a hip flexor. I'm going to stretch it. I'm going circle out. Other side, range of motion. Good job, good job. And last one. Okay, now I'm going to switch directions. I start wide, I come in, I circle. And again, this is about your range of motion. We're moving out the hip flexor, shaking out the cobwebs, getting ready for today. And one more on each side. And good. Okay, so now I'm going to keep again core tight. I start mellow with these ones, and then I can start getting my leg up a little bit higher. I am kicking side to side, swing kicks, and breathe. Good. Keep that going. Excellent breath. And cool. So I'm going to stick my hands on my hips. I draw a circle with my hips, loosening up that low back. Draw those circles. Loosen up that low back. And today is a hot one. So make sure you have water. Grab water whenever you need it. Take breaks. Don't let your body get overheated. Switch directions of the circle. And great. So I'm going to do a couple of staggered stretches. You can do different ones. These are the ones I'm going to choose to do. I'm going to go soften the leg, straighten up the leg, soft knee, pop that toe, reach on down, deep breath. I'm going to slowly work my way to up, switch the legs out. Never want to invert the knee. Keep that knee soft. Lift that toe up, reach on down, feel the stretch. Feel it in your calf. Feel it on the back of your leg, your hamstring. Maybe you feel it more near your Achilles at the bottom. Continue to breathe. And slowly work your way to up. We go hip flexor. So I'm going to take a step forward. From here, I try to have both toes forward, feet about hip width apart. I'm going to keep my back heel on the ground. Try to do that. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to push my hip flexor forward. Okay? So this knee bends forward. I drive my back hip flexor forward. And with that arm, I can lift it up and continue to stretch. The stretch can continue up to the abdomen. Good, getting that stretch, hip flexor, maybe a little bit into your abdomen. Maybe you feel it in your Achilles. And slow release. Switch it up. I take a step forward. I try to keep the back heel on the ground. I drive my hip flexor forward. Same side arm can lift up. And good breath. Excellent job. Great. Okay, so because of the sake of the heat today, we're going to start the class with a little sip of water and also give you guys a chance to grab, if you don't have, a chair and a set of dumbbells. We're going to need a mat as well too. But go ahead and just sneak in a little bit of water now. We're trying to take water breaks about every 10 minutes, okay? If you have air conditioning, I am jealous. The house I live in was made like in 1940 when people were tough and didn't believe in things like insulation. We've added some, but man, this house gets hot. Okay, so you have your chair, you have your dumbbells, you have that stuff. If you don't have it, you're just gonna go through the workout and kind of mimic like you have a chair. It will all work out. I'm sure you have a chair in your house. You have something that you're sitting on, okay? Okay, so we can go ahead and get started. So what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna take it to my chair and I kind of have to feel out where my legs are gonna be in relationship to the chair. I want to be able to come down. Now, if your knees are healthy and well, you can come down this low. If not, just do what you're comfortable with. So that might be just like more of a shallow squat. My feet are about hip width apart. If you, when in doubt, a little bit wider, okay? Toes pointing forward, body weight back through the heels. And I'm gonna take it, so I'm just touching the very tip of the chair. Okay, so I'm not getting like cozy. Touch down, lift up, touch down, lift up. Now on that lift up, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna squeeze my glute forward and drive through hip flexor. So press, press, press. Okay? You got that going? Cool. Keep it going. My feet are probably like an inch or so wider on each side than my hip. My toes are pointing somewhat forward, but because my knees aren't perfect anymore, they are like a degree or two wide. And I am working that squeeze up, drive through. Excellent job. Okay, so give me about 10 more, and then we're gonna start making things more interesting. And you could join the interesting part or stay here. Ready for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, good breath, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so now you're gonna do a feint out. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go up, nope, drop back down and lift, okay? So I'm gonna fake you out, okay? So let's do a little fake out. I'm gonna come down, pop it, back down, press. 1, 2, pop. 1, 2, pop. 1, 2. Now, I want you to think where your body weight is in your feet. I'd like it not to be gripping through the toe, but to be more through the heel. I have to use my hands on this one. So my hands have to counteract balance and then help myself to pull up. I don't know about you, but the hands help on this one. And in 10, woo, 9, 8, woo, 7, 6. This one's mean because it's like, yes, I get to sit down. And it's like, nope, back up. Okay, one more. Fantastic. I'm gonna go to a jump like you never have to jump. If you don't like jumps, feel free to supplement. If you want to do cardio, you can do like a knee up and move fast, or you can just go back to a normal squat. I'm gonna sit on the very edge, very tip of the edge, hands out. I'm gonna drive my hands out, and I'm gonna pop, pop. Now, if you can, these are like little bonus things. Pick your legs up when you sit, okay? Legs up, push them down, pop up. Huh. Huh. Get up high, come on. And in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, almost, 3, close, 2, and 1. Woo. Okay, do you have a wall nearby? I got you moving all over the place. I'm so sorry. If you don't, just do an isometric hold wherever you're at. If you have a wall, we're going to a wall squat. Go ahead, find your wall. I'm gonna go ahead, my knees are okay today. So I'm gonna do about feet hip width apart, and I'm gonna come down to about 90-degree knee. I'm gonna put my whole body up against that wall. Now again, let's think of where we put our weight pushing down to our feet. I don't wanna grip in the toe. Push it down through the heel. Those are your bigger muscles. You're gonna feel the bigger muscles. Chest up. Woo, push down through that heel. I'm gonna keep my hands up. Maybe I put prayer hands, whatever works best for you. Woo. I want the legs to shake. We want to feel the legs growing stronger today. If we're going to show up, we want to feel it. You don't want to show up and do nothing. Good job, good job. Keeping it here, keeping it strong. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Just going to move my legs out, shake them out after that bit. So I'm going to move a little bit more into hamstring. I'm on carpet, so I'm not going to need to pull the mat out. I see if you guys are outside, you may want to have your mat nearby, okay? So what's going to happen here on the first one, you have options. You could do a lunge. See how to lunge, I take a step forward, body weight is carried through the front leg, not in the toe, more back through the heel on the press to up. Both knees bend down, but that front leg pushes me up, okay? And you listen to your knees on this one. You want to make sure you're not lunging your knee forward. It's more like elevator down, elevator up. I'm going to put my back leg on the chair. It's an option, but I need you to make sure your knees are okay. If you feel uncomfortable at all, you're going to go back to a lunge on the ground, okay? So here I am, and maybe you want to hold on to another back of a chair. That might help out. I'm going to put my laces against my chair. And maybe for you, you can only do the toe. That's fine. Do what you can do. It's a little bit of the range of motion, the angle. So I'm going to drop down. See how this front knee is lining up about mid-foot? That's where I want it. I don't want the knee over the toe. And again, if anything feels tweaky, you're going to immediately come down and go back to a normal lunge. So here I am. I'm in a lunge. I drop down to maybe about 90 degrees or wherever I feel comfortable holding the weight, and I press it up. And this makes it pretty challenging. It's like doing a single leg squat. I take away that help on that back leg, and here I am in a single leg squat. If you need help with balance, again, hold on to the back of the chair, hold on to the wall, whatever you need, continue to breathe. Awesome. So now, if you got this under control, we're gonna try adding something to it. If you feel like, yeah, this is good, this is a challenge for me, please stay here. Got it? So I'm gonna go ahead and go 3, 2, and I'm gonna come down low, I'm gonna hold, I'm gonna pull my knee in, and then kick it back to where it was. And that's my 1. 3, 2, low, knee in, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. Okay, one more. 3, feel that glute. 2, feel that quad. 1, I feel my hamstring. Fantastic. Shake it out. Okay, what leg did you just work? For me, it was my right leg. Make a mental note which leg you just did, okay? If you have your mat and you want to pull it out, you can. I have carpet, so I'm just going to like X out that. I'm just going to use my carpet. But again, mat out. So what's going to happen here is you have options. I'm at the base of my chair because I am going to use my chair. But first, let me show the modification. I'm going to lay down, feet hip width apart, knees as well, hip width apart. Don't let the knees go wide. Don't let them drop in. Hands down to brakes, unless you feel like a rock star and you know that you can do things like pick your hands up on the chest, then you're just showing off. But yes, you can. And what I'm gonna do here is I wanna get my spine straight. I do not wanna overextend my low back. So what's gonna happen is I take my tailbone, I start lifting up the spine, and I bring it up one vertebrae at a time, so I'm in a nice straight line. I squeeze the glute, low back, hamstring, I lower down, and I need to relax my back. There needs to be a moment of just peace on that back. So you need to just give that back a break for a second, and then pop it back up. So I'm gonna use my chair, and I'm gonna take it to my heels, being on the edge of my chair, okay? If you want to, you can join me. Again, feet stay hip width apart as well as the knees. Do not let the knees go wonky in or out. I'm gonna drive up, lower down, drive up, lower down. Good. And again, I do not want to overextend the low back. Just because my glutes are strong enough or your glutes are strong enough doesn't mean that we should. We want to make sure it stays in a nice line. Good job. My feet stay hip width apart, my knees stay hip width apart. I'm driving up. I squeeze that tush. Cool. Okay. If you're into adding a little bit more to this, feel free. If not, it's challenging enough, stay right here. I'm gonna go ahead and do that fake again. I'm gonna go down halfway, pop up. It's not even halfway, it's just like an inch or two. And then I drop it again. So up, drop, lift, down. Up, drop, lift, down. Up, drop. Feel those hamstrings. Woo! Feel the glutes. You feel the low back. All that's working. Oh, I feel a little bit of my calf too from gripping with my heels. It's all good. Good job. Keep it going. Keep it going. Work the glutes. They're our probably most important muscle for our balance. We want them nice and strong. Whew. And I have one more. Awesome job. Cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna shake out really quick. Stretch for the low back. I'm gonna hug my knees in while I'm down here. Maybe you kind of shake it out side to side. Maybe you do tabletop drop from side to side. Whatever you need to do. We're gonna move on to going to upper body. But before we get there, I need you to get some water in you, okay? So take a little recovery, cool down, get some water. Come back with your dumbbells. Okay, grab your water, recover, take as long as you need to, come back with dumbbells. All that's happening, good. So I have my dumbbells, and hey, I have a chair today, so let's use it. So what's gonna happen here is I'm actually gonna move my chair so you can see it, I think, a little bit better. I'll move my chair to this way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit on the edge of my chair again. I don't wanna be comfy in that chair. It's not about comfort right now. We are challenging ourselves, okay? This is not your grandma workout where we get to relax in the chair. So what's gonna happen here, let me actually pull the chair back so you can see more of my body. Okay. On the edge of my chair, okay. I'm gonna take my spine, I wanna keep it straight. So maybe you need to have a marker of your hand, make sure you're not rounding that low back, and I go into a hip tilt, spine stays straight, and you wanna make sure it's straight through the neck. So yes, you need to watch me at first, and then you get that neck back in alignment with the spine. Okay, so what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna drop my weights, my feet are kind of kicked out a bit, I drop my weights underneath, my arms are bent, and I pick them up. And I'm going into this back fly. And with the back fly, there's a few things happening. I'm talking through, but go ahead and start if you want. When I'm coming up, I'm squeezing, gliding shoulder blades together, so mind to muscle, feel that mid-back engage. But on the drop, you don't want gravity to get the credit, so you need to bring it down slow, like a 4, 3, 2, 1, okay? So ready? I'm really big into that slow drop on a back one, because we're gonna really feel it. Good job. So resist that drop, you got it. Good, good, good. Keep that going. Keep that going. Awesome. You guys are strong. We're gonna do about 15 of these. And that's If your low back starts to hurt from holding this position, yes, I know it can be a lot, especially if you're not stretched out well. So you're gonna come up a little bit, keep the arms bent, and go more so right here, okay? But if you can, keep it going. 5 more, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. So what's going to happen here is one of two things. Maybe for you, you have some wrist problems, some shoulder problems. A tricep dip is not a good idea, okay? So what you would want to do is make sure you kind of kick, make sure the spine gets a break, come up right, and then tip forward again. Arms drop, elbows come up, and then hinge from the elbow, drive back pinky, okay? Now, if you want a little bit of a challenge, let's take away the relaxation on this one and just go push, push. So I'm gonna have my arm drop straight down from the elbow and then just drive back, drive back. And if you need a little bit of break, you can do the row in there, and that will give the tricep a moment more recovery. Okay, so I'm gonna use my chair and my body weight now instead for the triceps. So I'm gonna bring my palm, and again, no wrist problems, no shoulder problems, to the edge of my chair, and I'm going to kick my feet out. Now, the closer my butt is and my feet are to the chair, it's gonna take off some weight. So I can always keep my feet flat, really close to the chair, and just kind of drive the elbows back. See how my elbows are not going wide? And that'll be a little easier. That's a good start. Okay, make sure the neck stays long, the shoulders are scrunching up. Now, if you wanna make it harder, you kick out the legs, you let the butt get away a bit, and we go for it, triceps. Good. Awesome, all the way up straight, all the way, push through that palm, or drive back that pinky, whatever one you're doing, and we go for 8, 7, good breath, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more, 1. I'm gonna sit down on the edge of my chair. I'm gonna shake out my wrist after that last one. So big circles one way, big circles the other, up, down, side to side, finger big wide. Okay, so I'm gonna start adding in a lateral, a lat pull down. So you wanna pretend you have that bar, and we have our hands on the bar at the gym, and we're gonna pull down. So I know gravity works the other way, that pushing up is where we're gonna feel it, but we're gonna play tricks of our mind, and we're gonna pretend that more resistance is happening up. So proud chest, keep it up, put the weights up there, pull it down. I'm on the edge of my chair, so I'm using more of my core. Again, if this is too much, no weight at all is where a good modification will be. The edge of the chair, my hands are out, they're a little diagonal, and I'm gonna pull it, pretending it's a bar, that's gonna hit the top of my chest. I squeeze those elbows back, and then I pick it back up. So my goal is on the way down, flex, squeeze, feel that upper back. Good. Good breath, good breath. And in 8, I'm taking it down slow. Good job. 7. Woo. 6. Awesome. 5. Almost. 4. Close. 3. 2. And 1. Awesome. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead, set down the weight again. Unless you're, again, we're going back to triceps, so you can feel free to have the weights in hand, pick up the elbows, hinge it back, and you're gonna try to add in a double pull. So 1, 2, set it down. And you can even give yourself a longer break by dropping those arms and then pulling back. 1, 2, okay? So what's gonna happen here, if you're using the chair, is I'm gonna start trying to implement a leg up. And I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm gonna go back to where I was before. I wasn't on flat feet, but if you wanna go flat feet, that's fine. I'm gonna go to my heels, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop down, lift my right leg, drop down, lift my left leg. So drop, kick a leg, kick a leg. Now my elbows, it's important I drive them back. If this is too much, you need to change it up, keep the feet on the ground, maybe put the feet closer to the chair, or go to the tricep press back while sitting on the chair. Good job. And in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, woo. I'm going to shake out my wrists. Big circles one way, big circles the other way. I'm going to go finger stretch, up, down, side to side. Good. Awesome. I'm going back to my dumbbells. I'm on the edge of my chair. We're not getting cozy. Shoulders back and down. Okay, we have good posture. We're strong through the core, strong in the back. Arms off the body. And I'm going to do a bicep cycle. So I'm going to kick it out. And my arm is almost all the way straight out before I come back in. But if you're a little bit tired today, you keep it lower like I'm showing now. Or you can do alternating bicep curl up to you. I'm going to go back to my cycle. I'm going to go for the challenge today. I'm going to get that arm almost straight out to the shoulder before I cycle it back. And I want to keep my core tight. I don't want to rock in my chair from side to side. Keeping the core tight, fighting the rock motion. And we keep that going. And in 10, 9, good breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to use a push-up and the chair. You got some options here. You never have to do a push-up. You could go to your wall and do a wall push-up. That would be an easier one. It's a lot less resistance on the wrist. You could lay down on your mat and do a chest press. I'm going to use my chair for an elevated push-up, but you don't have to, okay? I really mean that. You can just stay on the mat and do your body down on the push-up. I'm going to try and do it this way so I don't have to keep moving. So I do recommend going the other way on the push-up, but I'm going to try here just for the sake of not having to move my chair again. Let's see, that may not work. Yeah, it's not going to work. Let me just move. Okay. So here, hands for me, they're kind of placed on the outside. Fingers are wide. My elbows are going to go wide and a little bit back. I'm going to bring my chest almost all the way down to my chair if you can, and then pick it up. Now, from here, I've said this before, and I truly believe it, a push-up is a glorified plank. You need to activate your core and keep your body in that nice line. Try to keep it straight. You could go to your knees. You could go to your knees on this one. That's fine. Do what you can do. And in 8, 7, core tight. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. I'm going to sit down on the edge of my chair. Shoulders back and down. Good. I'm going to pick it up all the way to straight overhead. Good breath. Good. Now I'm going to do kind of like a little medley. Meaning I'm going to add a few extra without really taking a break. If you need to take a break, you can do less reps or no weight at all. Take a break if you need to is what I'm getting at. And in 4, 3, 2, and 1. My arms are 90 degrees and I pop one at a time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm going low bounce lift. 1, 2, press. 1, 2, press. 1, 2, press. And in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. We have one more round of push-ups, chest press, wall push-up, whatever you did before, go ahead and get back there now. I have my hands wide, my elbows in wide and out. I'm going to keep my spine in alignment, core tight. Go to your knees if you need to. Down, up for 10. 9. Spine straight, abs tight. 8. 7. Good. 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh-wee. Shake out the arms, move out the wrist, grab yourself a sip of water. We're gonna move back into doing legs. Water, recovery, get ready, we're gonna go back to legs. Hopefully we zoom through this next half a little bit faster because we already know what we're doing with the legs. Set your chair up where you're just on the tip of your chair, okay? What happens on this first one is just a normal squat. If you don't like it, feel free to not use a chair. Go down just as low as your knees feel comfortable. The things we remember are toes are facing forward. My knees are either hip width or a teeny bit wider. And I'm gonna use my hands for a little bit of help. And I barely touch down and then I'm back up. Barely tap, lift it up. Tap, press, tap, press. And it has to come from the leg strength. Transfer that body weight through the ground, through the heel, not gripping in the toes. And okay, remember what we did before? We want to squeeze the glute on the up, drive the hip forward. So let's actually add that in. So I give like a breath out. I'm doing that annoying breath just to remind you guys, I like a breath out when I am going to flex and squeeze the muscles. It kind of helps cue. Okay? Good. Keep that going. Keep that up. Whew. Feel those thighs. Growing stronger in 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, feel that tush pulling in, 4, almost, 3, push down, 2, okay, so it's that fake out. You don't like it, that's fine. You could do like a pulse without a chair. You could do a normal squat like we were doing. So I'm gonna go down, pop 2 inches, back down, press it. Down, down, up, down, down, up. Body weight through the heel, don't grip in the toe. Woo. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, almost. 4, I really just want to sit. So this one becomes meaner over time. Woo, last one. Awesome, I have a jump, you never have to jump. You could do any one you want, squat. If you want cardio, pick those knees up and go like fast march. Find something you can do. I come down, I lift my feet, feet up, pop it. Feet up, pop it. Good, we're doing about 20, so I'll count when there's about 10 left. Good breath. Try to get some air. Get high. Work those muscles. If we're gonna show up, we're gonna show up. Make it count. Make it work. And in 10, 9, 8, 7, good breath. 6, 5, good job. 4, whew, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I'm gonna walk it out. Work the breathing. So what I need from you is just kind of like knowledge of what you can do. You can do that normal lunge. I'm gonna go leg up. We switch legs. So last time my body weight's in my right leg, so now my body weight's gonna be my left leg. Switch your legs up. Normal lunge or chair lunge. Hold on to something if you need to. Whew. Bend the knee, up, down. And I'm looking at myself really quick just to see where my knee is at. When I come down low, I want my knee to be like mid-foot. So just kind of make sure when your body's in that low phase, that knee's about mid-foot, the knee's never over. Whew. Keep that going. Or get interesting if you want in a second. If you're doing this from the ground, it would be the 2 lunges followed by staying in a low lunge with popping the knee up from the ground, okay? Easy to do, transferring it to the floor. Not as easy actually doing it, right? Okay, give me 5 more. I did 5, 4, feel that glute. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so I'm gonna do the 2 for 1 bit, or the 2 and then 1. So I'm gonna go down 1, 2, and then I stay low, pull my knee. So I go down 1, 2, on 3, pop that knee. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, it's like a single leg squat. My glute is tired. I hope your glute is feeling it. Good job. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. We're doing great. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and finish 1, 2, get low, 3. Cool. Okay. If you have a mat, pull it. Let's move fast. I don't have much time. We're laying down. I'm going to use the chair. You don't have to. It's a bridge roll up from the mat or with the feet heels on the chair. I'm going to lay down. My spine is straight. My feet are about hip width apart. I don't let the toes go wide. I don't let the knees go wide. I want to make sure the toes are pointing up. The knees are hip width apart, not going wide. I'm going to put my hands down for support, and I'm going to drive up. And again, on this one, I want to be careful not to overextend my low back. So good breath, coming up. I feel it everywhere that's good. I feel it in my low back. I feel it in my glutes. I feel it in my hamstring. I feel a little bit in my calf from gripping through the heel into the chair. Maybe you do as well. Good job. And in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, almost, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm just gonna stretch out my back. I pull it in. I shake it out. And I'm gonna come up slowly, grab myself a sip of water, make my way to standing up, pull my dumbbells out, and we're moving on to upper body. Okay, so I'm on the edge of my chair, not getting cozy, working my core. I'm gonna kick my legs out just a bit. I wanna tip forward if your back is healthy and well and you have the flexibility to do so. You can tip forward at the hip, keeping that spine straight. But if you don't have that, you just do a little bend forward, keep the arms bent, and coming up and down. But if you can, it's quite a dramatic tip forward. But again, your back needs to be strong enough and you need to be able to have the flexibility in the low spine. If you don't, and you feel it like it feels like it's gonna strain, come up more, please. I'm gonna drop my arms underneath, and I pop them wide. And we go for 15, 14, 13, spine is straight. Now feel that upper back. Remember we talked about the drop. To me on this one, the drop is very important. We are gonna resist how fast gravity just wants the arms to fall, and we're gonna lower down slow and in control. Maybe it's about a 4 count, whatever you got, pull it down slow, resist gravity a bit. Fantastic job. I'll do 6 more. And in 6, 5, 4, 3, almost, 2, and finish. 1. Coming up, we have nice posture. My hands are to the side, and I'm gonna lift it, drop it to the hip. Flat raise. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Maybe for you, with wrist, shoulder issues in the past, it's gonna be better to just go ahead and move. You can either kind of fatigue out the triceps with keeping the elbows hinged, or you can give those little muscles a break by dropping it on rowing and extension back. I'm gonna set my weights down, and I'm gonna walk my feet out. And again, the closer your feet are, the more foot you have on the ground. To the chair, it's gonna be easier. The farther away, the harder. It's up to you. Elbows push back, spine stays long through the neck. No scrunchy shoulders. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, good breath, 5, 4, 3, almost, 2, and finish. 1, I'm gonna shake out my wrist. I move in one way, I move the other way, go up, down, side to side. I kind of shake out the fingertips. Picking back up my weights. Fantastic job. Shoulders back and down. Get my neck long. If you're doing no weight at all, you still feel it. Hands are out diagonal. We pull it down like it's a lat pull down bar. We hit the top of the chest and we bring it back up. So on the way down is the focus. We get ready. We're down 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop it. Flexing, squeezing, draw the shoulder blades in, elbows pull back. Woo. And an 8, 7, good, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cool, I'm gonna shake out my shoulders, stretch out my neck. I'm running out of time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add in the bicep one, do one more round of triceps, and then we're gonna get into doing some push-ups. So let's go ahead and do that. Biceps. I'm gonna do a bicep cycle to get the most out of my time. But if this is too much, feel free to do an alternating bicep curl. Feel free to start bending the arm at a lower phase instead of bringing it up almost to shoulder height. Continue to breathe. And we go for it. Keep that core tight. No shaking side to side. Keep on the edge of the chair. It is not time to be comfortable. And in 4, 3, 2, and fantastic job. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go into a push-up. How you do your push-up? You can be against the wall. You can do it on your knees. You can do it on a mat. You can do it on a chair. Up to you. You don't like push-ups? Lay down on the mat, chest press instead. Getting ready, elbows go back and wide. Body is a plank. Tighten up that core. And we go for 10. Breath. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, good stuff. Pull out your mat, lay it down. Okay, so I'm gonna lay my mat down and I'm gonna put my chair, you either do it right on top, I'm pretty short so this kind of works out for me, or you can just kind of do the feet of the chair on the mat. You don't have to use the chair at all. These are all options. Okay, so what's gonna happen here is I am going to use my chair as a marker. I don't want to grip it for dear life because I don't actually want to lift it off the ground. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. So what's going to happen is I'm going to hold on to the feet of the chair. And again, it's more of a marker than it is a stabilization point because I don't want to wobble my chair. That's no good. No rock in the chair. Hold on. From here, you can either do toes down, knees in, toes down, knees in, If that's too much, again, just come up to where maybe tabletop. So toes down, tabletop. Now, if you can, you're trying to get a little air. And how we're going to do that is we're going to drive down the low abdomen, so much so is that I'm able to carry up my tailbone, okay? I'm going to try and get straight up. I'm watching myself now, so I'm going to try and work my form. Good. And in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cool. Okay, so now I'm going to just go ahead, crunched up. I have my ears, my fingertips behind my ears. Maybe for you, it's just staying on the ground and working tight squeeze for a 3-count relax. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pulse, pulse, pulse. Now, if you don't like this, again, tight squeeze, if you want to make it harder, you can come up a little bit higher. You can point those fingertips out, and you can join me. And I can't get up that high anymore. This is as high as I'm going to be able to get. But again, feel free. And if the neck starts to hurt, you can do one hand at a time. So I'll do one hand at a time, and I'll go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm going to hold my crunch. Either it's just going to be a hold, or maybe it's going to be hands pushing down. And you can hold and push one arm down. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to switch my arms. You don't have to. I'm going to reach. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Palms down. 8, 7, 6. Crunch up. 5. You can even lift the legs to make it harder. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands back to the base of the chair. Again, no rocking the chair. You could do toes down, tabletop, toes down, knees in, or toes down, drive up to you. Let's go. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to start stretching out. I'm just going to move my chair back a bit. Ready for a stretch out. You did a great job today. I'm going to lay down on my mat. I go hands overhead, long body, long spine. Stretch it out. Long spine. Get the stretch through the arms. Get the stretch through the back. Get the stretch through the abdomen. Keeping a neutral spine, which will mean with that natural curvature, you can probably slide some fingers underneath that low back. Take a deep breath in. Release it. Hug your knees in. Let's pull them in tight first. And then I'm going to loosen up the grip. And I draw circles with the knees, loosening up that low spine. Switch direction of the circle. And great. Palms open, knees bent, legs drop side to side. Good job. From here, I'm going to go ahead and you can either stretch your legs out, square up your hips to your shoulders. I'm going to go one leg over. And I'm going to switch sides and do one leg over. Great. Okay, so now my knees can either be bent or straight. I'm going to pick one leg up, and I'm either going to rope it down with a stretching strap or use my hands. It's up to you. I'll choose to use hands today. And my hands use grabbing hold of my calf. Body can be bent or go straight. If you push it straight, it will make it harder. Here I am stretching out my hamstring. Continue to breathe. Take a deep breath in. Release it. Point the toe down. Lift the toe up. Circle for the ankle joint. Switch direction of the circle. Opposite arm grabs that leg, same side, arm down to the ground. Stretch it across the body. Straighten the leg, point the toe down. I'm going to release this. Great. I'm going to square my hips up to the shoulders again, just a little adjustment. Bottom leg can be bent or straight. Switch the legs up, stretching out that hamstring. Back of the leg. Deep breath. Point the toe down. Toe up. Circle for the ankle joint. Switch direction of the circle. Opposite arm grabs that leg, same side, arm down to the ground. Stretch it out, point the toe down. Big breath. Release this. I'm going to go ankle to the thigh, hug it in, or sit up two. And release, switch. And great. From here, I'm going to roll my body to up. I will stretch out my legs. I'm going to kick my heels forward. I don't want to get caught up on the heels. I walk my hands down, and I want to fold the body over, stretching out the low back, stretching out the back of the legs. Give me deep breath. Good. Soles of the feet together. Tip at that hip. If you want, you could kind of fall forward a bit at that hip. No rounding the spine. If you want to make this stretch a bit more, you can extend those legs. Walk the hands out. Put a little bend in the elbow. And get that stretch. You can even take it to reaching a bit side to side. From here, go onto your stomach side down, push up through the hands, or go onto the forearms for a cobra stretch up to stretch out the low back and the abdomen. Okay, I'm going to do legs a little bit wide. I'm going to go, you keep your legs hip width apart. And I'm going to drive my hip back, going for child's pose. So child's pose is I like the cue of like melting. So we want to relax that low back and glutes. Melt into the mat. You need 3 deep breaths. Slowly, gently, coming up to all 4. I step forward with one leg. I drive that back hip flexor forward. If this is a good enough stretch, you hang out here. If you want to make it more, you can either lift the leg side, that same side arm up, or you can reach back. Awesome. I switch my legs up. All 4, step it forward, drive that hip flexor forward. Modify if you want, but again, it makes it harder. Slowly, gently, make your way to standing up. Don't get tripped up on your mat. I'm going to roll my shoulders back and down. I'm going to lift one arm up. My other arm reaches for the ankle. I get that stretch. Feel it in my hip. Feel it in my rib cage. Feel it up to my shoulder. I come up slowly neutral, take a breath. I switch it. Come up slowly, take a breath. Shoulders are back and down. One arm across the body. Stretching out the back of the arm. Switch the arm. Switch it to elbow. Pull that elbow up. Stretch out that tricep. Switch it up. We're going to go shoulders back and down, nice big dramatic circles. One more. We're going to do fingertips to the ears, long neck, elbows push back. I'm going to also allow my spine to go in spinal extension and extend my arms. Pull the thumb back. Open up the chest. Rounding now, low spine, upper spine, arms rounded in, spinal flexion, and drop. From here, let's stack the vertebrae. Let's roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Keeping it nice and slow up to the top. We get to the top, shoulders roll back and down to me. One and one more. Two, chin down. I go side to side with that chin. Nice big half circle. Oh, get that stretch in the neck. It feels great. Coming up, I keep a slack jaw. I look over the shoulder as far as I can. Get that neck stretch. And switch it up. Coming neutral, then up. Back to neutral. Awesome job. You did it. Great workout. I'll be back on Friday. Have a wonderful rest of the day. See you then.
Thank you, Brett.
Hey guys, thanks for taking the class.
Yeah. See you on
you.
Friday.
How do I do? Okay. End the recording.
You're starting to show.
I've seen you. I can't